Here back for another update. Let's take a look at PulseX over here. PulseX is it's very close to the next parabolic advance. I think the ecosystem is really going to outperform, and a lot of people are saying that the ecosystem is going to underperform due to the SEC case and all of the FUD about Richard Hart. But when XRP was sued, it still went. It still had its run, right? It dropped initially when XRP got sued. I remember it. And then because I was an investor in XRP, and when when XRP got sued, it did crash a bit, but it was just adhering to the chart, to the natural chart patterns. It was all baked into the chart. And after after that dip happened, it just went up with the rest of the altcoin market. So what I'm thinking for PulseX is that it just comes down to this region over here. So we're currently at a very close decision point. We're on the 702 786 right over here. Sorry, 786 886. We either see a nice push up from here, but in order to confirm the breakout, I would want to see a change of character above this automatic rally. Okay, so remember I was saying in my last video that this is your selling climax. This is your automatic rally, your secondary test, your failed breakout, and then your secondary test in phase B before you chop out of the range and then continue on higher. So if I would want to see a move above this failed break, not automatic rally. So this would be 4626. I want to see a move above that to confirm that this over here, the low is in. Okay. If we lose 402565, then it's likely we'll come down to this yellow region, tap this trendline support of this macro pennant that we're currently in. You see over here? And it would be a move towards 402311 and 402050. All I did to find these fibs over here is I just took a fib from this low up to this high, and I look at the 702 and the 786. If you lose the 786, then that would be bullish invalidation, and then we would break down from this this pennant. But so far, I do expect to move towards the 4.236% extension, which would be about 305730, and I think we move there at least, right? I think this is minimum. So this is about a 25 to 29x if this plays out. Now I know that wave 2s can't be a triangle, but what I'm thinking is this could be a WX, YX, and then you have your Z in regards to the Elliott wave theory. Okay, this was your initial advance right over here. You have consolidation, or in other words, accumulation, a pause in the market structure. So you have your initial advance, a pause, or in other words, accumulation, and then continuation higher. And I think this is going to pop off when all the other alts pop off, and especially when Ethereum pops off. Because we mustn't forget that Richard Hart has that SAC wallet. He still has that SAC wallet, and I really do think that he's gonna pump this ecosystem. And even if he didn't pump the ecosystem, I still think this would pump, because I don't think all the other coins in the crypto space pump and PulseX just gets left behind, right? There's still people speculating on this. Okay, so this is PulseX over here. I think it's going to do well. We just need to stay above 402050. Let's go ahead and take a look here at incentive token. Okay, so this is incentive token. We're just back testing this wedge that we have over here. That's all we're doing. See how many times we use this level as support right here. Boom, boom, right here. We're back on it again, and now we're double tapping it. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit, and let's go in the hourly. And it's the same concept as PLSX, right? We're now down to the 886. We actually should see a pump here. Let me see. Yeah, so we're on the 886 here. Okay, so we have lower lows. But equal lows on the 4-hour RSI. Okay, so this actually might pump. So we'll take a look at this here. We'll take a look at the 12-hour MACD. Yeah, so incentive token may pump here, but in order to confirm the breakout, in order to confirm that this is the bottom, I should say, is I would want to see a move back above 273. So I'm thinking maybe we grind up to 273, see a little bit of a retrace, and then continuation higher. Now, if we are unable to get above 273, then it's likely that incentive token would come down towards the 70.2% fib. So if we just take a fib from this December low over here, at the start of our impulse of the first wave to the fifth wave of that impulse, we can see that we already hit the 618 over here, and that's what caused the breakout from this wedge. And we actually broke out in unison with the pulse chain ecosystem. Now we're coming down to tap it as support, this wedge. If we don't see a breakout from $1.53, if we don't bottom out here, and if we don't get above 268, then it's likely we'll come down to the 702 and then see the bounce from there. As soon as you lose the 786 at 77 cent, then it's likely we'll come back down to these lows, but that's worst case scenario. So far, incentive token looks good. We would be targeting $25 to $64 for our conservative target, taking a fib from this high over here down to this low. Looking at the 786 on the linear, which would be 64, and the log, which would be 25. Okay, so that's incentive token. Looks okay, looks pretty good. It's just moving with PLSX, and let's take a look at PLS. Okay, so PLS, same thing, right? Same thing as PLSX. It's just that the structure looks a little bit different in a sense where we have lower highs. A horizontal support, but the structure still looks okay. Remember I was saying that in my last video, this is the type of bottoming structures you see in crypto, right? You have your news come out over here. The price drops very fast. This is your selling climax. This is where everyone panics. And a lot of people are trying to panic sell here, but they can't. I remember a lot of people were trying to panic sell here, but the bridge was clogged up. So this was your selling climax. You have your automatic rally, your secondary test, your failed breakout, and then you have your grind to the downside. Slightly sweep your secondary test lows, And if you lose the 886, then it's likely will sweep the selling climax lows right here before you blast off. And that's currently what we're seeing right now. Let's go on the hourly. Okay, so let's see where the 886 is. Okay, so we're on the 886 right now. Okay, so we either see a breakout here and we get above 406486 to confirm that this bottom is in. But if you lose this on the daily time frame, then it's likely we're going to come down to the 786 at 403897. And if you lose 403897, then we'll come down to the historical horizontal support right here at 403511. And all I did to find these fib supports is I just took a fib from this low up to this high. Okay, so same thing as PLSX. Everything is looking good. And before we end the video, let's take a look at PHEX. Because let me just see if this is the right one. Okay, yeah, this is the right one here. Okay, so if we take a look at the daily MACD, you see how it's trending up here, and the histogram is turning up towards the 0 line. It looks like the trend wants to shift here. We are still on the median of the entirety of this range. So if we look on the daily time frame, you see how we're still on the median. And I had drawn this out in the last video. We either see a pop off now above 2 cent, or we come down and slightly sweep your selling climax low towards the 61.8% fib, and then we blast off from there. I just don't see a scenario in which, I mean, the scenario is possible, but I would say that the scenario in which the Pulse Chain ecosystem coins get left behind in an altcoin bull market, or in this next run up that we're going to have, I would see that very, very unlikely. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And if you want to stay updated with the Richard Heart ecosystem, along with all of your favorite assets, then click the link in the description below to join the Discord. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.